We're live.
What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy Tommy G here with the Week 10 Stay Cashin Friday Night Lights edition in the afternoon, as the Rupp and Rackets show would say. We have a special guest joining us today. It is the ghost of Bill Rupp, who is with us today. Bill, you were a game time decision for the show. You were highly questionable. It was 2:05. We hadn't seen you. We were expecting a no-show, and then boom, like that, you popped up. So how is your heavily vaccinated, low immune system doing today?
Dying.
How sick are you on a scale from 1 to 10?
100.
100?
Yeah. It's not the vaccine. I don't know what's wrong with me.
This is your flu game.
What'd you say, Bill?
Thought it was some type of something I ate, but I don't know. I mean, my blood pressure's normal, so
yeah,
nothing like that. I don't know. Just feel real shitty today. Run down.
What? Hold on one second. Let me cough and mute.
Sounds shitty. Looks shitty. Worried about you.
I'm not. I'm happy because I have a bet that I've already cashed twice, technically. But this is now what goes the third time Bill's been sick.
Let's see. I can take my blood pressure live on the show.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So this is third time Bill's been sick. Third time he's going to claim that it's not the vaccine and that it's not that it's food, right? It's always, I think I ate something. Really? You look like you're dead, bro. You didn't eat something. You're sick. But he can't.
Looks like something ate you.
He can't admit it, Evan, because when he got the fucking jab, I told him it weakens your immune system. And Bill Rupp and me both have a running battle that we never get sick, right? The only time I get sick is change of season because of my allergies. Because I have asthma, bad allergies, and I've done a lot of cocaine that has just completely rotted away my nasal cavity. But I never get sick, right? So I told Bill, you will 100% get sick this winter. He goes, I haven't been sick in 10 years.
128. 128 over.
Third time he's sick this winter. Third time.
I'm not sick. I'm not sick, bro. It's something
feel well
in my body, bro. It's not sickness.
It's the fucking virus they inject.
My blood pressure is normal. My temperature is normal. I was just sweating. I don't know what it is.
It's that fucking jab, yo. It's that jab.
Weird, bro.
Different
I know, bro. I haven't been to the doctor in 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be probably why. But, I mean, I don't know. Next stop,
this just went from like funny ghost to like annoying, because if Rupp ends up in the hospital, then I'm going to have to end up fucking going there, and that's going to suck.
I die, bro. It's on you.
I mean, listen, you got a lot of money in that retirement account. I've seen 2 commas in that thing. So I will be right by your side, forging a fucking piece of. I'll be there with a fucking notebook and pen, writing up a fucking contract as you're half conscious, just taking your.
So you said nobody's allowed in the hospital. So you said no one's allowed in there.
Oh, this is going to be used in the court
when
case.
he drives you there, do it in the car.
Yeah, that's probably how Bill signs his name, right?
Bill Rupp.
Like a 7-year-old.
I'm
just gonna write. I leave all my money to Tommy.
I would never sign it. I would never sign it, Bill. So my name's William.
Billion.
Well, thank you, right there. Thank you. Now it's gonna be official.
You don't know my middle initial.
Let's go, Bill William. Let's go, Rob. Ghost, how you feeling today? Did your dog eat your fucking face last night or anything, or no?
No, I feel good today. Excited. Parent-teacher conferences this morning. Happy. Great day. Great way to start the day. I'm more lively than Bill right now.
Yeah, I mean this is crazy. E, how are you doing today?
I'd be doing a hell of a lot better if Mike Gesicki could catch a fucking ball.
That was fun, right?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that was fun. Gesicki yesterday. The funniest thing about it is that Gesicki actually led the team in targets. So he's on pace to set a record right now. I mean, with 7 targets and no catches yesterday. I'd have to see if he had any catches to end his last game. But I mean, he's got to be flirting with a Zay Jones level record of target volume and no catches to coincide with it. So I mean, listen, from the play standpoint, I had a little play on Gesicki. He was in one of my parlays where I alted everything down, and he didn't even get his 25 yards, so that was interesting. But listen, Marquise Brown didn't hit his over yesterday either, and he had 13 targets. So very interesting day. When what'd you say? Well, dude, raise your volume. You literally ruined the show. Every time you talk,
there we go.
Every time you speak, the show gets worse. Just know that.
Okay.
Every time your mouth goes from this to this, we lose a sponsor. So continue. Sounds better like that. That's what we hear. That's actually what we hear. That's what we hear when you talk.
Oh, it's
Everyone's
frustrating.
silence.
Watching the
Night
game
Ghost
last
needs to
night,
speak.
which we'll get into. Rashad Bateman's the clear top receiver in that offense right now.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard a human being say.
Well, we hit Rashad Bateman last night. One play that fucking hit. It was a miserable game. I'm sure we'll get into it, but I have more trust in Bateman going forward than Marquise Brown.
It's a very weird comment.
Okay.
I do like Bateman. I was the first person in the company to hit the Bateman prop 3 weeks ago, right? When it was like 20.5. So I like Bateman. I like him. I picked him up on one of my teams. Is the dumbest thing. I mean, we don't know if it's going to end up being the dumbest thing that's been said on the show today, but I mean, it's a good start. It's a good start that Marquise Brown is not the number one in Baltimore.
No, I'm not saying. All right, you want me to clarify, which I always have to clarify every time.
Grim Meeper.
Time. Rashad Bateman looks like the best. Marquise Brown looked bad yesterday. He can't catch. Bill and I have argued it and discussed it over the past few weeks, but it's becoming more apparent. Just not catching. All right. Keep going. Move on.
Dude, the chat is on fire right now.
I'm loving it, chat.
Use code MEEP20 for 20%.
The Grim Meeper. They called him the Meeper. I think the Grim Meeper is a better name because he's the Night Ghost. He's got that dark persona. So the Grim Meeper. That's your new name, Night Ghost. You're the Grim Meeper.
I'm gonna change my code. You got it.
Yeah, the Grim Meeper. Meep 20. So outside of that ridiculousness that Hollywood Brown and his 13 targets isn't the number one receiver anymore, Bill, anything you're taking away from the game last night?
It was awful. I got killed. Maybe that's part of the reason why I'm sick. So yeah, it was just awful. Deep down, I thought Miami was going to win that game somehow. I put a little bit of money on it during the game, but it was just an awful game. I mean, maybe the NFL's just not awful. Maybe you were just betting the wrong way, like you said. I don't know. Maybe
so the game last night,
you got to start taking the points.
Watching that last night made you start to think maybe the NFL's not awful.
Yeah, maybe it's just every team is just bad.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL's terrible. I said it. Listen, the saving grace for me last night was the two max bet teasers that I closed with Miami. I said on the show, I got made fun of for it by Bill, and he was fair in his assessment. It was a little hypocritical because I said I'm always taking over a touchdown if I can get it in the NFL these days. And then I said I'm going to take the Bucs and I think another team that are laying over a touchdown. So, but I mean, listen, the bottom line is there's only a couple teams that are good in the NFL.
I'll go back into Bateman a little more.
Mm-hmm. You want to debate minute?
Yeah, I want to debate minute. Good one. Great.
I'm good at this. That's why it's not called.
That was probably one of your worst ones.
I think brackets will
good ones. I
think it was pretty good.
I think it was great. Let's have a debatement.
I think it was pretty good.
I mean, it was awesome.
Listen, Hollywood Brown's the number one receiver there. No one's arguing that. But going forward,
no, you actually said he's not.
Well, let me fucking finish.
I'm just saying what you started with before I let you finish. You literally started with Bateman's the number one on Baltimore.
Going forward, if I'm going to bet on one of those receivers, Bateman is the number one receiver to bet on.
Okay.
8 targets yesterday, 8 targets the week before. His prop totals are coming in under Hollywood every week. So why am I going to take Hollywood, who's struggling to catch the ball? I don't know what he's doing. He did not look good. Can you argue he looked good yesterday? No. Every time he went up to catch the ball, he looked like he was flailing around. He looked like a fish that jumped up on a boat. He didn't look good. Bateman was what, 39.5 yesterday?
Dude, this is what you do every time. Bill, I'm tagging your fucking
going
ghost.
forward, I am going to
This
make
is
sure I
what
write
you
down
do.
and specify every little detail of my comment so that you can't look for an out on that one little thing.
Dude, you do that. You did it last night too. You do it every time. You start with a statement, then you move to a completely different topic.
Because,
no one is saying that the Bateman
I'll make
props.
sure I pinpoint the exact comment I'm going to make and not just say a vague statement that I'm going to elaborate on before I get cut off, have my throat jump down. I'll make sure I make it pinpoint precise going forward for you.
No, you won't. You're going to do the same thing you do every time. Say something fucking ridiculous and then backtrack, weasel out of it. And
I'm not backtracking it. I'm not backtracking. From a betting perspective,
yes, that's
Bateman.
a totally. Are
Okay,
Bateman's props a better bet right now than Marquise Brown's props? 100%. No one would argue that.
So Rashad Bateman has become the clear number one betting option out of that Ravens receiving.
Betting option, yes.
There
That's
you
a
go.
very important word.
There
Right.
you go.
That is a very important word.
Well, we're a
Bill,
betting show. I'm talking about bets.
how funny is it when
He did
Ghost
say he
gets
was the better receiver. I mean,
yeah, he said he's the number one option. But again, luckily this is not. I'll just play the tape in the Discord
I'll
later.
rephrase. Okay, you got it. I'll be more precise.
Bill, isn't it funny when he gets mad? It's it's so weird, right? It's so awkward.
Because it's just like it's one of those isms that drives me nuts that you pull and you do when you know I'm smarter than what you actually are trying to imply that I'm saying. You know that I don't think that Rashad Bateman is the number one receiver in Baltimore, but from a betting perspective, that's what I'm talking about.
Ghost, I'm here for content, bro. We're not on the phone. We're on a show, right, E?
We are.
I'm here for content,
Good
and I'm going to
content.
provide. And if I got to fucking jab you like Bill's fucking arm, which is getting him sick every week, I'm going to fucking do it, bro. I'm going to fucking
Let's keep
do it.
debating, and I'll keep coming out on top.
Yeah. We'll keep debate-mining that. So anyway, that game last night sucked. I was happy. I wish the Ravens would have won for the subs because we did have some teachers in there. I didn't have it on that, but Survivor wise, it did help. I posted a little fucking gift that I've been fucking dodging lightning bolts in the Survivor pool like fucking left and right. Made it through again. Made it through the Raven gate. So hopefully there's one more coming, and it's not the Bucks, as I think that's my Survivor pick this week. I've saved most of the good teams. Happy about that. OBJ. I mean, it seems like every show we're talking about fucking Odell Beckham, so we don't have to fucking go crazy on it. But Odell Beckham is now officially a Los Angeles Ram. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Like
Yeah, I'm going to let Flippity Floppity over here fucking take the lead since he was trashing Odell Beckham yesterday morning with me and Bill, and now all of a sudden he loved it last night in the Discord. So Flip Flop Grim Meeper, go take this one and fucking make yourself loud.
Like we argued in the whatever show it was yesterday.
Rubbing Rackets, it's called. It's been airing for like fucking 500 episodes. You still don't know the name. Way to respect your friends and company.
Well, they take shots at us. We got to fire back.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is good for the Rams short term. I think it is a boost to them, especially our Super Bowl prop that we had from a couple weeks ago. I do not like Odell going to a team long term. We've talked about it. He has a cancer. And I was in the middle of yours and Bill's debate last time. He is a cancer. He will destroy a team long term, but I think he is a good receiver. So you put him on with Stafford, with Cup, with Woods, have those top three as a receiving core. I think it helps them short term.
Bill Rupp. Seems like you have a lot to say there, fucking the ghost of Bill Rupp.
I don't know, man. Your ghost was not on my side. I definitely
Not at all.
agree on that.
Not at all.
Was I not on your side about the elite argument?
I don't think so.
Well, right.
I don't really remember. I don't.
You weren't.
I don't
No,
think
you
you
weren't
were.
on his side.
I think you were.
You were
yelling
not,
at me,
because
Ghost.
if you remember,
You were
Bill
yelling
jumped
at me.
in and said, "I'm getting jumped by all three of you."
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Bill never hears, never knows what I'm saying.
Well, you never know what you're saying because you say something and then you change it.
I don't change it.
I don't think I'm the
You
only
just
one.
changed it again. You
No,
just
I
did
didn't-
the
I didn't
thing.
agree.
I told
I
you
didn't-
you did a fucking minute ago. You literally just did the thing.
So he's not going to be. Hold on. Let's get this. So he's not going to be a cancer this year because there's only 9 games left. But he'll be a cancer if he stays next year.
I think long term, yeah. Once he realizes that he's not going to get the share that he wants with Cup and Woods, there too.
What's going to happen after 2 games when he doesn't get the catches?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we had this argument yesterday, and what I said was I believe that Rams locker room is deep enough, they're mature enough that they'll be able to handle an Odell Beckham in there. You got plenty of guys on the offensive side and plenty on the defensive side that will lead that locker room.
Yeah, but that's not the problem with Odell. The problem with Odell is his father, his fucking cousin, his family, their social media.
He's going to try and fuck the whole locker room.
But listen,
Yeah.
I think Odell's going to be good wherever. I think he's going to be good. So I'm not going to argue.
Walking in, tickling assholes and fucking shit.
You're still on that.
I'm not going to be tell him what the bad part, but he could. What you were saying before, I mean, if he doesn't get the ball, he's not going to be good for that team. He's going to cause a problem, and that's just how it goes. I don't know why he went there. It's not a good spot for him. He will respect Stafford a little bit. You know, that'll buy him a couple weeks. Like I said, he needed a quarterback that was a seasoned veteran to listen to, you know, but no reason to go to that team. I can't believe you went there. I would have went to the Packers where he would have been focused on, you know, line both guys up on the outside, let him go.
Let me ask you this.
Bad move.
Let me ask you this. It's a 1-year deal they signed him for. So figure you have him through the rest of the year. This is a chance for him to show that he still has the skill and elite level that you think he has. He'll be out of there quick enough. And this almost could increase his stock for the offseason going into next year. I got to look at the details of what they signed him for.
So as the only person who's been consistent on this topic, because, you know, Bill's flipping a little bit. I don't know if he's just counter arguing or if he was swayed because Bill was all OBJ.
No. I think he's going to be great wherever he goes. But the problem is on that team, there's too many receivers.
Yes.
So he's not going to get what he wants again. He's not going to get the ball.
But
he's not going to get 10 targets a game. He
Or
wants 10
does he want a
targets a
Super
game.
Bowl this year?
No,
Does he
I
want
don't
a
think
Super
he
Bowl this year? Does he want a Bowl?
I don't think he
here-
cares. I don't think he cares about a Super Bowl.
That's what time will tell.
So Devontae Adams came out and obviously made a statement saying they really wanted him, right? And joking around saying, you know, we'll get him the ball more. Don't worry over here. And then made a little joke. He'll go 2 for 12 here instead of 1 for 7 or whatever he said. But so obviously the Packers wanted him and obviously the Rams wanted him. Obviously they're both in contention. I personally agree with both of you in certain points. I don't think he'll be as much of a cancer this year as he would be next year. I do agree with that because he's new there. He knows his reputation. He knows he's coming in on probation. It's like if you just got caught cheating on your girlfriend and she takes you back, you're going to be good for the next month or two. And then you're going to start fucking her mother and her friend and her sister. Not speaking from personal experience, most likely. But, you know, but he's going to probably be good for, you know, the first month or two, right? And then really, I think he's just there to get a Super Bowl. Honestly, I don't think he cares too much. I think Ghost's right on that one. Because I think if he was, and I think that's a bad decision for him. I think if he was there to just put up numbers, he would have gone somewhere else. He would have gone to Green Bay. That was a better place for him to get 8 targets, 10 targets. He's probably looking at a 4-target volume share over here with Jefferson, Woods, Higbee, Kupp, and backs who catch out of the backfield and an offense that, you know, doesn't throw the ball every play. So, yeah, I mean, I think he'll be fine. I think he's insignificant. I don't think he helps the team. I don't think he hurts the team. I think it's fucking pretty much the same thing. By the time that fucking retard learns the offense, it's going to be fucking next year. So it'll probably take him a while to run the right routes. So I don't think it's significant in either way, but we shall see. Scam Newton is back. So I get some, I mean, all my fucking targets, all the Tommy G targets from Sirius XM 5 years ago. I mean, they're just fucking boom. They're right back in my radar. OBJ, Cam Newton. What do you guys think? Cam Newton's had some time off. They said he's working out like crazy, best shape of his life back in Carolina. What do you think?
I fucking hate him. I hate him more than almost anybody else. I can't stand him. I hope he fucking rots. I hope he plays like shit. I hope that team goes to shit. I hope he's officially done for good after coming back here. I want him gone. I want him out. Fuck him. Fuck everything about him. Get him out of here.
Bill?
I mean, I don't hate him.
Oh my God.
But I don't know, Ghost, what did he like do something to you when you were a kid or something? Jesus.
Did he finger pop your asshole?
I told you, just the experience I had from him when he came.
Please elaborate.
Yeah, an experience
Oh,
now?
I've told
Experience you had with him?
He's a fucking prima donna. He
Did
thinks
he OB-gay you?
See, you know
I
what?
think he did something to Ghost.
Is this why you got so mad when I talked about the hockey rape thing? Was it Cam Newton?
See, it's comments like that from you that it really, it's gonna come back to hurt you one day. I promise you that. I do promise you that. You'll see. You'll see. No, I think he's a little bitch. I think he's a little bitch.
The thing I hate about him the most is, I mean, listen, everyone talks about Cam Newton, and obviously, I do decree that I declared that he will never win a Super Bowl when he was in the middle of his Super Bowl run, and after a Super Bowl, I said that was his only shot, that was his last shot. He's never fucking getting back there. He had a lucky run to the Super Bowl that year. It was the luckiest run I've ever seen, and it's just the whole fucking theatrics, the fucking big hats, and the fucking dolled up outfit after a loss. Like, that shit pisses me the fuck off. Like, when you lose a game, the last thing I want you to fucking do is be spending an hour and a half to make sure your fucking shit's right and tight. Like, go out there with your fucking hood up, be pissed off, go fucking do that, and then fucking leave. The fact that you're getting that dolled up for the post game pisses me off when all the athletes do it. Because we've lost high school football games and college baseball games and stuff. And the last thing I want to do is go fucking look pretty. Like, if I had to do an interview or if I had to go out, you're going out. We didn't even take our fucking jersey off. We just mudded up right to the car and went home and sobbed. So that pisses me off. And then not diving on that fumble was the biggest thing for me. That just showed that was the landmark moment of who Cam Newton is, that he didn't dive on that fumble in the Super Bowl. So fuck Scam Newton. You could blow that up for me there, E. Little promotion here. So those of you guys that don't know, we're going to get to the bets now. There's a promotion on the left of the screen that you can see there, or I think it's here, right? Right here, E? Am I doing that right?
You are doing that right.
Let's fucking go. I always do that wrong. Bill's saying I'm not doing it right. So I could fucking do this too. Fucking, right? That's Night Ghost under me, right? Yeah. No, I think I did it right, Bill. I think it's over here. This is the promotion. Yeah. So in this promotion, 40% off. This is our biggest promo that we've had to date. We did it last year for Veterans Day. We only do it on like the military holidays. We did it Veterans Day. We did it Memorial Day. So 40% off any subscription on the site. So that's the DFS or the betting packages. Get in there now. We didn't just do it for Veterans Day. We did it for Veterans Weekend. So you're going to have this the whole weekend. We got a ton of sports coming up. We got college football, college basketball starting. Tommy Buckets is back. NHL, NFL, all the fucking sports, UFC, the whole nine. So 40% off. And keep in mind, if you do decide to continue forward with a package that you purchase, you could do a 7-day package. You could buy the 4-month package. You will, if you decide to, be able to auto renew at that grandfathered price. So this is more than just a one-time thing. You're going to be grandfathered in at that price if you decide to auto renew and move forward with those packages, weekly, monthly, or 4-monthly. So get in on that. Take advantage of that. Tell your friend, tell a friend to tell a friend, and get in on that big promotion there. It's a monster deal that we're doing for Veterans Day weekend. So let's get to some bets here. Bring me Healy. Let's see. What's the guess on Healy today? What do you think the background is?
Fucking guy. This fucking guy.
It looks like a Night Ghost. Are you imitating Night Ghost, Brian?
The Grim Meeper.
The Grim Meeper. Is this your Night Ghost costume?
I wasn't sure who I was filling in for today. I just showed up and I thought I would be replacing Ghost once again.
Oh, Healy's outfits are amazing. You look like a fucking reject from like fucking NWA. Like back in
It looks like Ice Cube right now.
You look like a fucking white cube.
I need these sunglasses. That sun keeps coming through Ghost's window and blinding me.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I mean-
awful, isn't it?
Awful, dude. He's so awful. Isn't he awful, Healy?
It was pouring 10 minutes ago.
I mean, he's just awful. Why don't you just decorate your car like an office?
I'm gonna start
Why
doing it.
don't you put some pictures up behind your car? Get a background. We'll put you on the fucking moon like Healy. So, Brian, how are you today? With you? Did you just walk out of a rap battle? What's going on? What are you up to?
No, I was hanging with the Jokic brothers. Had to hop on. I wasn't sure if Bill Rupp was going to make it, Ghost going to make it. It's a revolving door around here these days.
I mean, hey, there's one constant. There's one constant in here. The outside of the fourth show.
One to miss.
I didn't miss. You canceled. I could have been there. You canceled the show. You canceled the show. Bill, maybe I would have woke up. You never know. You canceled the show. We'll never know.
There you go. There you go.
You canceled the show. You canceled the show. We'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know. I was going to show up like Bill Rupp. Bill Rupp showed up at 2:05 today. Boom. Came in there. You never know. I would have showed up at 2:08, maybe 2. Maybe I would have been a couple minutes late. Who knows?
Never would have happened.
Well, we'll never know because you failed the subscribers.
So,
I mean, you failed everyone. You failed everyone on that one. So, Mr. Healy, what did you think of the NFL game last night? It was exhilarating, was it not?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same product we've talked about week over week. More the same, just sloppy play across the board. Ravens, obviously, they're struggling with consistency without, a solid running back. So those running back injuries in the preseason certainly haunting them now. They're really struggling to consistently move the ball. So, yeah, I didn't even watch much of the first half. I was more tuned into the NBA games, were much more exciting. I caught the second half and thought the Ravens would actually make it interesting there at the end, but couldn't get a stop when they needed it.
Yeah, they're really bad. When they're bad, they're bad. And that's the thing I worry about with the Ravens long term when everyone talks about them as like an elite team and someone who could vie for a championship and Lamar MVP. Way too inconsistent. They have way too many games like that. It's too often. It's not once or twice a year. They get away with some of them too, like that Detroit game where they got away with playing like that, still stole a win out of it. Like they get away with some of these games where they come back. But that's why I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl anytime soon unless things change, because you can't go 4 straight weeks and have one of those games every 4 weeks or else you're out of the playoffs. So I don't think they're consistent enough. Let's get over to some free bets here, Mr. Healy. So since we just brought you in, I will lead with you and your NBA extravaganza. So let's see what you have for the NBA, what you have in store for us tonight, Mr. Bryan.
Yeah, a lot more games in the NBA tonight. Couple props that I was pretty high on. One for today, since we're only at 101 likes.
Oh, we only get one. Only one today you're getting, guys. You see, I mean, you guys think this shit's a game. Like, he's serious. You got to 101 likes, so you're only getting one bet. If you got to 125, you would have got 2, and 150, he might have given you a third. Like, look at this guy. This guy, make sure you put him on full screen right now. Look at that fucking face. That motherfucker ain't playing around. So you cost yourself a free bet by not hitting the like button enough and motivating the chat. So, Mr. Healy, give them a free bet.
All right. So tonight we're looking at Chris Paul of the Suns over 8.5 assists. So it's pretty simple for me. Chris Paul leading the league in assist rate this year. He's averaging 11 per game, which is just absolutely fantastic. He looks as good as ever out there facilitating the offense for Phoenix. He's averaging 20 potential assists per game, and Memphis currently allowing the most assists per game to their opponents at 29. So this one lines up pretty well. I think that 8.5 number is far too low. I wouldn't be surprised if we see 5 to 6 assists in his first rotation and 14 plus assists for the game tonight.
Haley, what number do they need to get to? Are you willing to let them off with a warning officer if they get to a certain number of likes where you may circle back and give that extra play that you had?
175.
Wow.
Punishment.
Wow. Only 200 people watching. You're gonna need literally like 90% of the people in here to fucking hit the like button. So, wow, you guys better start tweeting out to some friends if you want some bets. Get them in here. Tell them to push the fucking like button. Bill, Haley ain't fucking around today.
He is not.
He is not. He's in his officer attire and he's ready to rock. Bill, I'm assuming you haven't done too much research today, considering you've been battling the vaccine. What you like? Anything in the NBA?
I'm on the Warriors.
What
Warriors are probably the best team in the league right now, scoring at a high rate. I think they take down the Bulls tonight, so I am on the Warriors.
Haley, what do you think of?
I'm on board with that. The Bulls, they're now going to be without Vucevic as well, so even thinner up front with just some rotational guys. They have the guard play, but the defensive unit for the Warriors just been fantastic. I would side with Bill there as well.
All right. Bill, any lean on the Knicks? The Knicks are on the road. I know you and Hoffman like betting the Knicks on the road going into Charlotte. Knicks have been struggling at home, as you spoke about, that it almost motivates the other teams. Any interest in the Knicks today? Or are you starting to get a little worried that they're a 10 seed?
No, I'm not gonna bet the Knicks. I'm just gonna be a fan and watch it. The Hornets are, one of the highest scoring teams in the league. Should be a good game to watch, but I'll be a fan and watch it tonight.
All right, cool. All right, we're off that. Let's move on over, Mr. Night Ghost. I'm going to tag you in with the Jesus fucking coming into your fucking screen from behind you. What do you like on the ice tonight?
So it's a pretty juiced night tonight. The one game that I do love that I'll give out here are the Carolina Hurricanes. Minus 175, minus 180, so it is a little heavy, but I think they're in a good spot at home. Flyers coming in. Flyers have been struggling offensively. Power play has been horrible. I think Carolina's an elite team. We have a future on them to win the cup. I think this is the best that they've ever been. They're dealing with a few injuries tonight, a few guys banged up. Niederreiter will be out, but I still like backing them at home, especially with Anderson starting. He's playing like a Vezina Trophy winner right now. Great addition for them after losing Djokovic to the Red Wings in the offseason. I like them. And if you don't want to play the juice, if you're worried about them and you want to take a dog tonight, I do like the Columbus Blue Jackets at home against Washington. Washington's coming off a back. They played last night. They won last night. They're traveling on the road. And Korpisalo has pretty good numbers against Washington in his career. So if you wanted a little underdog, that's worth splashing.
All right. I did want to say something about the NBA too. As we were talking about it, Bill, we did it the other night. I had a big bet that was closing out a parlay with the Miami Heat against the Lakers. And it was like, and you guys know, I'm not a huge NBA bettor. I actually fucking hate the NBA. But, I'll jump on and dabble with a few of the teams I like. That's why we got Healy and Bill and guys like that here. So I don't have to do any NBA because I'm bad at it. But with the NBA, I just saw like we had a bet with the Heat and Bill. There was like fucking 6 minutes left in the game. The Lakers were at home. I liked the Heat going into the game. They were down 7 and they were plus 1,100. Right. So we threw a hedge in, on the Lakers, which luckily paid off because they won. But Bill, I think these people really need to keep their eye out for these late game fucking lines on FanDuel and DraftKings. FanDuel especially, they tend to weight up dogs on FanDuel. FanDuel usually has the best dog lines of any book out there. They overweight the favorites. But Bill, we've seen this a lot, like plus 1,000s down 6 with 4 minutes left. And I mean, how do you not throw a little bit on? Everyone's got to keep their eye out for those.
Yeah, especially the home team. Like we're home, and Heat were one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in basketball this year, and they were just awful down the end. I mean,
Jimmy Butler had already gotten hurt. He was out. I mean,
he wasn't even playing that game. So
he got hurt.
That line was awful. Awful line. Yeah, they've been doing that a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to catch like one a week.
Yeah.
And make it profitable. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it's been interesting. We've been watching that. Haley, any take on that? Do you do any in-game betting late as far as whether it's hedging or taking some of those?
Not typically. I don't disagree with kind of your guys' thoughts and strategy. It's just not something that I've done. Typically asleep by the time the late games end, and sweating DFS lineups and whatnot.
Yeah, you got too much going on with your DFS lineups to be worrying about fucking hedging. So NFL, we'll get to that in a second. So we will get to the NFL bets shortly. I want to kind of cover college basketball and college football right now. I have a play for each. I will kick to Bill first, see if he has any plays on either of these, college football or college basketball. I am on a college football free bet tear on this show for those of you that have been following. Last week, I wish I had the clip so I could play it, but gave you 3 bets, told you this is fucking locked. Just put it in. They're all going to win. Got a bunch of tweets saying you guys parlayed them too, and they all hit. So I think probably going to give you 1, maybe 2, but I definitely love 1 this week. But Bill Rupp, what are you looking at on either?
Like college football, like Utah a lot. 24.5, I think it is. I know they got a tough game next week, but I think Arizona's awful. I think they go out and smash them. I like that a lot. And New Mexico against my Alabama team. 51.
Alabama.
51.5 is disgusting. I don't think any team should ever be favored by 51.5. I'm going to be looking at New Mexico's team total when the game opens up. It'll probably be around 7.5. You might even be able to catch it at 6.5 once the game starts if Alabama gets the ball first. That's disgusting. 51.5. That's a teaser piece. There's no way Alabama's going to win by that much. That's too much. Too many points. It's just not how Alabama is made this year to beat teams by that. I don't know why the line's like that. They haven't gotten beat by that really all season. Their games haven't been, more than like 15, 20 points. I mean, they lost to Nevada 55-28. They still scored 28 points. They score 14 points or 2 touchdowns in that game. They're covering that 51.5. So I'm going to be all over that.
That's interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen Bill jump on a big anti-Alabama big money dog. This is a new one. I'm curious to see how this plays out. So I'll get a little taste of that with you, Bill. I think 51 is insane.
Yeah,
51 points. So to stick to college football here, and then I'll pivot over to college basketball for a second. College football this week doesn't have as many games, right? Like last week, it was like those 3 games. I talk about the NCAA being fixed and the NFL being fixed, but more the NCAA. If you notice my bets, you'll probably notice a trend on where I come up with a lot of them. They're pretty much fully against what everyone on Twitter is saying. And there's certain scenarios that it needs to fit in to fit the system. But there's one I absolutely love this week. I love Penn State in this spot. I've had my least success at noon. So I will say that 12 o'clock games have been my bugaboo. Big Ten games have been my bugaboo. So that's the thing that hasn't worked out as well for me. But I just love this spot for Penn State. I just don't understand. I don't understand. The line looks funny. I got to imagine the whole fucking free world is going to be jumping on the fucking Wolverines here. And I just don't see it. I think Penn State comes out with a win at home here. I think they right the ship. Michigan State should have been ranked above them, being that they fucking beat them head to head and have the same record. They fucked Michigan State. The karmic gods of the scripted sports universe always work it out. It always seems to work itself out. And I don't think that's a coincidence. And I think this week it works itself out and Michigan falls out of those rankings. Michigan State comes back to its rightful place above them. And Penn State comes through with a victory over the Michigan Wolverines, upsetting our friend who's been going through a lot, Dave Portnoy, who absolutely fucking smashed it yesterday with that fucking that piece that he did. So I'm going here with the Penn State Nittany Lions as my college football free bet of the week. I have a couple others. I'll give you one other one. I do like Baylor in this matchup too. So I have about 5 plays for the site, 4deepbets.com, promo code veteran40, 40% off. But I do like Baylor this week also, going against Oklahoma. I think this Oklahoma team's a little overrated. This line's at 5.5. I'm hoping it gets to 6, and then I'll probably just buy it to 7. Just lay the juice on it to get that touchdown. I think Baylor goes in there at home this week, another 12 o'clock game, which is unfortunate. I think they actually beat Oklahoma. So I think Oklahoma takes an L this week. But at worst, I think this is a close game. So I like Penn State and I like Baylor on Saturday morning, 12 o'clock. So make sure to get those in. That's 9 o'clock West Coast time. Let's get to the hardwood here, Bill. Anything you see on the hardwood tonight?
I'm looking at Alabama over San Diego State. Alabama's been pretty good. Bet on them the other day. They came through for me. Had them in a parlay. So I'm looking at them again tonight. And there's a lot of games. College basketball tonight. But that's the main one I'm looking at.
Yeah. So I haven't really looked too much into that one. I'll dig into it a little bit more. Obviously, you guys know the game I'm going to tonight. The number 2 UCLA Bruins tonight taking on my faithful alumni here of Villanova. And I actually bet against Villanova in the first game. I actually took Mount St. Mary and plus 27 or whatever it was. I think they lost by 34. I was actually pretty impressed with how well prepared Nova was. Obviously, they have one of the best coaches in college basketball history, so they do come out prepared. It seems like every single year UCLA is overrated, right? Like they come out, everyone's really high on UCLA. I'm really down on UCLA. And then all of a sudden, they end up letting everyone down. This game's going to be pretty fucking awesome. I think this is a great game. I think this is a great matchup. I am on Villanova with the points in this one. I think Villanova wins this outright. I think they fundamentally win this game. I think you're going to see some mistakes out of UCLA. And as long as Villanova's hitting their threes, I think they should coast to an easy victory. We already give you Kansas and Duke, both those fucking cast in the big games. This is the third premier game. I'm going to try and go 3-0 right here. This is a late game because it's out west. So I'm going Villanova with the points. They're getting +4. I'm taking that and running with it. I think I'm going to take a little stab on the money line too. So I think Villanova knocks off UCLA, but definitely covers in a close game. Let's get over to NFL. Mr. Healy, what do you think of the NFL weekend this weekend? What do you think of the slate?
Before we move on for college basketball tomorrow, Campbell plus the point.
Whoa! I didn't even know this was a thing.
Oh, they're playing Duke, and Duke sucks. So just take the points, no matter how many there are.
Wow.
High-powered offense.
Oh, my God. What a bad bet.
Do you bet college basketball? I didn't even know that.
No, I'm just kidding.
He's just talking out of his ass.
Well, I was like, whoa. Do we have a
He's gonna get Hoffman. He's gonna get Hoffman all fired up now.
Hoffman's about to fucking fly into the show.
Hoffman's gonna come in here fired up at Healy.
I just got to be. That was the point. Got to get Luke Hoffman going.
Yeah. I mean,
he's
dude,
coming for you, Healy. He's coming for you.
coming for your head. And by the way, chat, I'm just letting you know, we're running out of time here. Healy goes before Mike comes on. You're at 160. You're only 15 likes away for another Brian Healy free bet in the NBA. I think he's like 14-4 in his last fucking NBA props. You might want to get that one. Subscribers, you're fine. You're good. Freeloaders, better start pushing that button over there. Start getting some fucking, start getting another Healy play if you want to fucking pay up for that 40% discount at 40bets.com. Promo code veteran40. What do you think of the NFL, Healy?
I think it's a pretty good week. Interesting week for DFS wise with a lot of the high-priced, high-name quarterbacks. You know, Lamar's not on the slate. Mahomes isn't on the slate. Stafford's not on the slate. So, you know, it's missing some marquee guys, offenses that we do like to target traditionally. But still some pretty good games out there. Really intrigued, especially that late window game, the Seahawks and Packers. Assuming Wilson and Rodgers both return, I think that is going to be one of the better football games we see this weekend. At least that's kind of how I see it playing out and hoping as well. So I think overall it's a good week. I'm looking forward to the roundtable show tonight that we'll be doing 10 p.m. Eastern in Discord, where we'll be breaking down each of the games from a DFS and betting perspective. But a play I have here.
Let me just stop you there for a second. If you guys are going to get in and take advantage of that promo code veteran40 for 40% off, if you're going to take advantage of that code, now's the time to do it. Because tonight's show, that NFL roundtable show with the whole crew, is probably the best show we have on the entire thing from a betting and DFS perspective. It's about an hour and 10 minutes long, and we go through every single game from betting and DFS. So you definitely want to get in and check that out. That's in our Discord. So when you sign up, just click on chat on the right, and we'll walk you through to get you into the Discord, get you logged in. If you can't get in, just bother Night Ghost. He loves that. So sorry, Hilly, continue.
Yeah, so a play I really like this weekend is in that Cowboys and Falcons game. And it's going to be Cordell Patterson. He's kind of been the staple in that offense. And the Cowboys, really, really solid run defense. So I like him in the receiving game here. So over 4.5 receptions is what I'm looking at. I mean, there's essentially two playmakers left on this team with him and Kyle Pitts. And a lot of his production is going to be, you know, him line up out of the backfield. He gets a lot of high percentage targets. So I know you guys were talking about before I came on, like Marquise Brown, like 14 targets, and Gesicki, 7 targets, empty targets. We don't see that with Cordell Patterson. He's a very, very high catch rate because a lot of them are fairly short catches. So I expect the game script to be positive for Atlanta to be throwing quite a bit. And you're likely going to see Diggs over one of the boundary receivers, either Gage or Sharp. I don't necessarily think he's going to be on Patterson very frequently unless he's split out wide. So I really like the over 4.5 receptions for Cordell Patterson.
All right. How are we looking on the likes there, Haley?
168 short.
Kind of short. 7 short. Better get to work. Maybe I'll stall for you guys. Better get to work. Good cop, bad cop. He's bad cop. Bad cop today. Bill Rupp, what are you looking for this weekend in the NFL?
I actually got to play in the exact same game. Dak Prescott over 11.5 rushing yards. I see it at 10.5 some places, but 11.5 in most. So if you get to 10.5, get to 10.5. Falcons led up a top in rushing yards to quarterbacks this season. They're in, I think, the top 3. So I will be all over Dak Prescott getting one run for over 10.5, 11.5, and cashing it for me.
And cashing it. I love those, man. Last night I had 2 props that everyone was kind of making fun of that looked weird. Smythe and Shaheen. I had over 8.5 and over 10.5 last week. I love those small ones. That's what got us into the quarterback rushing props, just because you could do it real quick in the first quarter. Mr. Night Ghost, we haven't heard from you because you've been tanning. How's the back of your neck doing? Is it hot? You need a towel?
I need a little color. After seeing how white Healy looks, I realize I gotta spruce myself up a bit.
Be careful. Healy's not in the mood. Look at that. Look at that face. He's not in the mood.
Stoneface Jackson.
I feel like he's staring just right at me.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Feeling glaring.
It's called burning a hole. Through your chest.
It's called alpha energy, you beta bitch. Now, who do you like in the NFL?
I think I'm just going to keep it simple this week and moneyline the Titans.
Take Cooper Kupp?
No, I'm gonna go with the Titans this week. We talked about it all week. We evaluated who we think, top teams in the league are. Getting the Titans at home, -3, able to moneyline them for -150. That's my play. I agree with you. There's a lot of big spreads, a lot of 9.5 or more spreads. Taking the points. I'm just keeping it simple. It's frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. Football has been frustrating the last 2 or 3 weeks. So
I just love, me and Bill love when you just go. When that happens, if you guys notice, every show going forward, the 2 people who notice everything on the show are usually me and Evan. And that's why we usually make eye contact, because I keep it in the corner. Every time goes so it's you watch Bill. Every time Bill just looks up and looks to see what my face is doing. Healy still hasn't broke fucking character at all. I have my play and I fucking love it. It's a lock. And I want you guys, and I want you guys to random people. I want you guys to get on the app right now for whatever you're betting on, because this is going to move the second I say it. I promise you that. By the end of the show, it will move the second we say it. It's my favorite prop. I think it's a lock. I think it's retarded what the line is, and we're going to smash it immediately as I say it. But before I do, while I let you guys load your accounts, we hit 176 likes, Brian. You got to give them that extra play.
Should it come from the NBA or the NFL? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I'm afraid to even interact with you. So you just tell me what you're feeling, and we'll just fall in line, officer.
All right. It's a no fun Friday. No fun Friday. We're going to go with an under.
Ooh.
We're going to go with an under in the NFL.
Ooh.
The Browns and Patriots under 46.
Wow. Brian Healy, would you like to give any analysis with that? Before you do, Ghost, it looked like you were about to meep. Is there something you wanted to meep about that?
I mean, as shitty as a game it looks like, I'm really interested to see who wins that game. I'm interested to see how Mac Jones handles it. I'm interested to see how the Browns do without OBJ again. It's a big game for both teams to try and stay in the playoff hunt. So I'm just interested in the outcome.
All right. So, Brian Healy, would you like to tell Ghost what the outcome's going to be?
Under 46.
That's it. There you go.
Ultimately, I think this game, both teams, all they want to do is run the ball. This sets up as like an old school ground and pound slugfest. New England, one of the top defensive units in the entire league, 4th in points allowed per game, bottom 4, sorry. Both teams lack dynamic playmakers. I wouldn't expect to see big chunk plays, 50-yard touchdowns in this one. So I think any drive that goes into the red zone is going to be like a 4 or 5 minute long drive or beyond that, and just eat up a ton of clock. So that's kind of what put me on the under.
All right. I don't hate it. I have a play on that same game, which I'll give out right now. I actually like the Patriots in this one, -130. It's one of my favorite plays of the weekend. Big fan of this play. I do like the Browns better without OBJ, but I also feel like that first game after he left was their statement game, right? Like last week was their statement
Chubb's out
game.
too.
What's up?
Chubb's out too.
Yeah, I don't know if that matters as much. I really think that that's just a factory
Helps
over there.
the under more.
It does help the under, but honestly, I don't think Dearness Johnston is a downgrade. I don't think it's a huge downgrade. Let me put it that way. The thing about Cleveland, the reason why you'll never tell how good Nick Chubb is, you'll never tell how good Kareem Hunt is, their line is so fucking nasty. That is the best run blocking line, and I've been saying it forever. Running backs don't matter. You know, these guys are all fucking amazing at what they do, and you see it. Teams that have great lines are running back factory. Doesn't matter. We've seen Kareem Hunt ball out. We've seen Nick Chubb ball out. Dearness Johnson got his one start against Denver and rushed for like 150 fucking yards. So I do think that helps the under a little bit. I think it helps me lean a little bit towards the New England side. But we also have Damian Harris, who's questionable for this one. So hopefully he's cleared. I believe he had a concussion, Healy. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So hopefully he's cleared for this one. I think he does matter. I think he is an upgrade over the rest of the backs there. But I do like New England in this one. The play that I'm going to give you, the prop that I'm going to give you is a fucking absolute joke. I don't really understand it. It looks ridiculous. It's in a close game, which we want when we're taking props like this on running backs. And it is Dalvin Cook rushing yards. 89.5 I'm seeing over there. I mean, that's fucking insane against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are a fucking horrific run defense. They're allowing 4.86 yards per carry. They're allowing 130 rushing yards a game. This is a team that literally has just been a sieve to running backs the whole entire year. And now you're looking at a situation here with the Vikings, who should stay in this game. The Chargers always play close games, win or lose. They're usually fucking right in there with everyone. Dalvin Cook has been getting the lion's share. Madison has been pretty much a non-factor the whole year. So in years past, we always have to worry about those, 10 carry Madison games. I mean, he's got 7 carries in the last 3 games combined for a total of 15 yards. So he's pretty much out of the equation. We're seeing Dalvin Cook come in there at an 80% snap share, 17, 18, and 29 carries in the last 3 weeks, 20 and 22 in the first 2 weeks. I think this is a 20 carry week for Dalvin Cook. I don't think there'll be any resistance there on the Chargers side of the ball. He looks fantastic. And if you want to take it a level deeper and just look at what the Chargers have been doing on the ground of late, their last 4 games going against Philly, New England, Baltimore, and Cleveland, 176 rushing yards allowed, 142, 187, and 230 rushing yards allowed. So not only is this a terrible run defense, it's actually getting worse. So Dalvin Cook, 89.5 rushing yards, all the way the fuck in. Take the alt line over 100. Take Dalvin Cook to get in the box. This is going to be Dalvin Cook week for me. The Chargers are also allowing 1.38 rushing touchdowns per game, which is the second highest in the NFL, which would coincide with that. So I'm going Dalvin Cook over 100, probably Dalvin Cook over $150. Dalvin Cook 1 touchdown, Dalvin Cook 2 touchdown, Dalvin Cook 100 and a touchdown. All in Dalvin Cook this week.
Dalvin Cook. Fuck you with the touchdown. Fuck.
And he's potentially beats women. So we got to find out about that. But
Is
I do
Mike
think
coming on today?
Yeah.
Mike is coming on. Yes, Mike is coming on.
So basically, we'll be here for another 45 minutes.
Well, no, we'll just make sure it's tight. He's been tight lately. Mike's been getting a lot better with the timing lately. He has improved. So that's it. Healy, you can get the fuck out of here now.
Appreciate it. Great show, guys.
Would you have any final words for the people?
Just be ready to collect on Monday.
Collect on Monday. Healy's probably coming to collect on Monday. Healy looks like he's getting ready. All right.
He does look all pissed today. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. All right. Get out of here, Healy. Bring me the MMA guy who usually comes in hot and sideways. That comment from last.
He's on his way.
He's on his way.
He said he wasn't near his computer today, so I had to text him 5 minutes out, and I texted him 5 minutes ago.
Well, I mean, listen, it has to be something, right? So this is a new one, Bill.
Well, I mean, I filled in for Ghost the other day with my NHL great bet that won. I mean, I could do the same for Mike.
Did you hear Bill's analysis the other day, Ghost?
I was told about it.
Yeah.
I was told about it. Very, very
hard hitting, Ghost. Hard hitting.
Tough to follow up.
I'm
surprised you had me back on today.
I mean, listen. It wasn't by choice. The He said, he's like, this team's 8-2. The other team's 1-10. We're going to take the team that's 8-2. And boom, they went 5-1. I mean, Bill, whoa. Who's this guy up? Wait, is this an undisclosed location over there, Mr. Constantino?
We have a wall art.
It looks like Healy's about to show up behind him.
What's going on? Good show. Good show.
What happened to the webcam, Michael? We just got a one week.
I'm on the road today, and I had to stop somewhere, so I'm not in the office. I don't have the camera.
So it's an
undisclosed. I have fucking winners, and that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. You've been hot, Mikey. Fucking dropped a double max 10-unit MMA play last week. Came right here on Stay Cashin after giving him a plus 215 parlay. After giving him a 125 parlay the next week. Come back last week and just fucking skull punched him with a high knee. Actually, I should say for Pieta. With a double max, put your house on it.
Back up the truck bet.
Back up the truck bet. This is a lot to follow, Mike. Do you have anything planned? Because the bar has been set very high now for you, my friend.
I want more accolades first. The 10-unit first ever back up the truck bet, and I came on the show and I
just said all that, you fucking egotistical prick. Say the fucking
I need more. I need something from the skinny ghost.
We call him what is his new name? The Grim Meeper is his new name.
Well, I had a friend tune in today, and he was watching, and I ironically have a hat on. He goes, "What does everybody on the show wear Yankee hats?" Yeah. Healy came on. He had DraftKings though, but all right, let's get right into it. Enough small talk and hijinks. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We have an 11-fight card. We have really good fights, a lot of betting opportunities, and I told you all last week, you got to come join to get the full betting blueprint. But we absolutely crushed it. We hit our back up the truck, first ever 10-unit bet. So I'm going to give you a parlay. We have 11 fights on the card. So I'm going to let you enjoy 3 of them. Okay. So the first piece of the parlay, we're going to work backwards. Main event, Max Holloway. He's insanely priced, high money line favorite, most expensive on DraftKings, but really favorable matchup for him. So we're just going to put him in our DraftKings lineups and lock him in. And we're going to include him in the parlays. Just actually picked up. So it's been a good day. So you better fucking follow up. We're putting Max Holloway in a parlay. We're going to key it with Courtney Cast Iron Casey, another one of Tommy's Angels. She's going to be the better fighter everywhere. Jojo is more of a submission specialist, but not really impressed in her. Casey trains every day with her husband, Tim Elliott. She's about that life, as I like to say. So we're going to build it with Max Holloway, Courtney Casey, 2 favorites, and then we're going to cap it off with Thiago Moises. So that's an interesting fight. He's fighting Joel Alvarez, or whatever his last name is, who's tall, like rangy, 6 foot something, but he has 16 out of his 18 wins by submission, but he doesn't get takedowns. He's never even attempted a takedown in the UFC. As crazy as that sounds, he lets the fighters try to take him down, and he folds like a paper bag and then submits them off his back. Well, he's running into Thiago Moises, who lost to Islam Makhachev. He's fought the better competition. He's beaten really good UFC fighters. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. And I think he's just going to keep the fight standing and going to play the blueprint, which gave Alvarez's last loss, which was against Ismagulov, which is keeping the fight standing and winning the fight there. So we're going to still get some plus EV out of this, and we're going to package the big favorite main event, Holloway, Courtney Cast Iron Casey, and Thiago Moises, and we're going to get back plus 126 is what I got back on it. So you got 3 out of the 11 fights. We have plus money, Max Holloway, Courtney Casey, and Thiago Moises, plus 126. That's your free bet parlay.
Mike, why is this on so early?
Starts at 1 o'clock tomorrow. It's at the Apex Center in Vegas. It's been like that actually outside of the last 2 pay-per-view cards.
Is there a reason they're doing that? Like, are they just trying not to compete with the college football?
Well, the UFC rights are owned by ESPN. So, yeah, it's college football. So unless they do a pay-per-view at night, they put it on during the day, and that sweet spot, of time, because it's hard to get syndicated airtime. Last week's pay-per-view main card was on free ESPN. So,
all right. So,
Mike, I'm looking forward to next week when my girl Misha Tate is fighting. I can't.
Misha Tate.
I like Misha. This fight, we got it right in front of us. Everybody last week, I promised you too, and I told you to either sign up at one of our affiliates. We also hit our monkey knife fight. We backed up the truck with Pereira, all inside the distance, the bets, everything like mentioned. But we also had him in our monkey knife fight, winning max bet play. So I have a bunch of bets for tomorrow. Like I said, 11 fights, more fights. I'm familiar with the fighters, so you got to sign up if you haven't, and get in for the full betting blueprint tomorrow.
Yep. So get over to 4deepbets.com. Just go to the top header, click on the affiliates tab. You can go to MyBookie where we have promo code Tommy100. That'll get you 100% bonus up to $1,000. We have Monkey Knife Fight where you get 100% bonus. Just go right to the affiliates tab, click it. And then any of our packages, if you want to come fuck with us in the Discord, Veteran 40. Use Veteran 40 for 40% off right now. Mike, do you have a take or two on the NFL before I let you get out of here and we shut this mother down?
I'm saving my NFL for the roundtable tonight at 10 p.m. You better sign up and get to our Discord tonight, 10 p.m. It's the greatest NFL betting show in the history of betting shows, and I've bet forever. I'm telling you, it's the best show. Everybody gives a different take, angle. You pick things up from it, and you can build your lineups better for fantasy and get your prop bets out of it. So I'm abstaining until tonight's show. Have some good stuff as well. But you people owe me. Let's go, UFC. We're going to hit this parlay tomorrow, and I expect to see you in the Discord.
Nice. And I have one final question before you get out of here. I know you're a busy man, and I know you're running around right now. Do you think Bill keeps getting sick every 3 weeks because he got the vaccine?
Are you referencing why he no-shows the Friday night fight? Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's just his time off. That's his.
Okay. All right. I thought you meant he's calling in sick to that.
No,
I wasn't aware of Bill's illness.
You scared him off after he buzzed you.
Yeah, that fucking buzzer's worthless. It's stupid. It defeats the whole purpose of doing a breakdown, to be on the clock and get buzzed.
No, it's important. Yeah, important.
No, I didn't know he was sick, but Bill, be well. Tommy makes a mean chicken soup.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you.
You want to make your chicken soup, Bill? All right, final words, Constantino.
Sign the fuck up if you haven't already. The betting blueprint's going to revolutionize the industry. I give you all of my thought process, exactly what I'm betting. I don't release it until a couple hours before the fight. Every single thing in there, I bet. We just crushed the max bet. What it was the first one ever, so it's not like I'm shoving and guessing, 10-unit bets. I don't anticipate having one tomorrow. So when I get those, ship the sherbet, Herbert, or sign up. See you tomorrow.
All right, Mikey. Bill Rupp, final words.
Got to go to Ghost first.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Night Ghost. I'm saying you guys are in different spots. He's usually in a different spot because you usually come in first. So you're up here, but he came in late today. So Night Ghost, final words.
4 NHL games today. Going to have plays on all 4 of them. Going to have plays all weekend. Make sure you get in, take advantage of the offer.
Bill Rupp, good luck.
4 NHL games today. Get in on all 4 of them. Make sure you get on the offer, and let's go.
You're like my little nephew who just repeats everything anyone says.
Rough 20.
The Grim Reaper.
Collect on Monday. Collect on Monday.
Collect on Mondays.
Mike, you got a question in the YouTube chat.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're trying to end the show. You're going to fucking bring the fucking... No. You know what? Answer it privately.
No, I want it.
All right, for Constantino, Bill Rupp, Night Ghost, Dan, Evan Hand, and Brian Healy. I'm going to shut this down before Mike gives you a 45-minute dissertation on whatever that question is, and then promises to text the guy, call him back, and email him in the Discord, and never does, and hurts Fig's feelings. Good luck. Stay cashing, motherfuckers. I'm out.
Let's go.
Let's go.